this episode wasn't as good as the last episode, was it?
Not really.
I feel some kind of way. I thought we was gonna be riding a real big high, and it just seems like it wasn't as interesting. And I think I know why. It was the daily. The daily was probably really, really awesome, and we didn't really get to experience it like that.
I think it was because Aneesa. That's just heartbroken.
How so?
I'm being sarcastic.
That's why I was like, what? No, I think honestly, I was trying to figure out who was where. Everything was just so jumbled and confused. I didn't like the way they edited it. I think they could have edited it better. It's just, honestly.
I think you're 100% correct. I think that was exactly the problem, was the way it was edited. I think this is a perfect case for why you got to film it more as like, you know, how they film the Olympics or actual sports shows. This one looked really, really interesting, and I think it would have been much better if they portrayed more of a side-by-side, more of the seeing of the times. This was more like a collage. It was more like a quick cut, jumping from here, jumping from there, jumping from there. Like, you could have used that in the fucking trailer. We're here during the episode. We want to see how this thing is unfolding.
I agree.
Which is kind of funny because some of the biggest arguments for so far this season is that it's overproduced or giving us too much stuff. It's not simple. You know? Well,
doing it with the way Malik says is simplifying it a bit much. I think it was over stylized with the way they did it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's like the common like disagreement, argument thing that's bothering people is that there's just like a lot trying to pull you in.
I don't hate about the high production value. I think that's a great thing. But I think specifically in this case, not doing this particular daily like that, it really, really, because this whole episode was light. It was light work. Real light work. We going, Tyler? Tyler, come back. I was just joking.
That's how uninteresting the daily was that he took his headphones off and left. Like, or maybe he's just that depressed because Aneesa broke her arm. I thought it was her ankle, I'll be honest, with the way she fell.
It was weird that it was her shoulder that really took the hit on that. But let me go ahead and bring this episode in real quick. Hey, Tyler, welcome back. Good to have you, bud.
I switched chairs so you guys would stop making fun of me. So,
what, your old crusty chair?
Your chair is mad crusty.
All right, it was free. I found it.
Oh my God.
Let me go ahead and bring this episode in. What's really good, pot stirrers? Welcome to another episode of Love, War, Challenges. I am MTV Malik. He is Tyler Louder. She is Becky at Gift Master Bex. What's really good? Gang, 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 gang. And what's up, everybody out there? Nadine, I see you. Who else is out there? Chrissy was good.
Chrissy.
Miranda was popping. Glad to see all of you guys here with us while we talk a whole lot of shit about this boring ass episode.
Find myself siding with the people that I never thought I would side with in my life.
Who did you side with?
Well,
I sided with Josh, shockingly. A lot this episode.
We got to give Josh his credit. Josh is out here talking to people and training and like showing people how it's done and stuff. He's talking to these rookies. It's fucking mind-boggling. But it's growth. And I love to see growth.
I mean, here's the thing that we have to understand with Josh. Josh was born into this Big Brother alliance. He was forced to be in it because that's what show he came from. So naturally, he's with them. And even if you're a Big Brother fan, I don't think the challenge community as a whole takes to Big Brother very well, like they have other shows. And because of that, we kind of all look at Big Brother in a negative light. And really, like if Casey was a guy, not that many people would like her. They'd be like, oh man, this dude's boring. But because she's a girl that's badass, we are okay with her being boring.
Since when is Casey liked?
Compared
Casey's
to compared to Fessy and Josh, she's well liked.
Okay, the issue with Josh is not that he's a part of this Big Brother alliance. It's the Big Brother alliance. Still talking like he has marbles in his mouth, which bothers the shit out of me. But nonetheless, he just was a big crybaby, and he's whiny, and it gets annoying. It grates on your nerves. Like, my issue with Josh had more to do with his fact that he's been like irritating, and like he goes out of his way to be obnoxious. At least that's what it seems like, because he wants camera time, and he knows that's what gets him camera time, is standing on bars screaming at somebody or crying or being psycho.
I definitely feel you in that one, because Josh always gives this aura of I'm a real guy, and I'm loyal and I'm true. And to me, a lot of stuff about him for a long time seemed very fake. All of these big outbursts that he's having, all of this other stuff that he's going through, it all really seems because it screams give me camera time. And especially with the whole thing with Gus, exposing him, saying, yo, let's get into a fight to make sure we get camera time, make sure we get talked about. But it seems to be working in Josh's favor, because the more we hate him, the more value it brings to Bunham and Murray and MTV. And they see the value in having somebody a lot of people could focus their hate on. I mean, you thought people used to hate Amanda? She's an afterthought right now. She had a kid and got boring. I don't know what happened. She better get out there and start stirring the pot, or we're not going to see her next season.
I mean, she's really mellowed. Where's the devil? I need my Satan. Like, she needs to play up this character that she wants to be on TV. That's why she gets cast.
But the biggest issue I have, and maybe it's because it's 2021, and so I'm like, I think we're like an open mind and everything. If Josh was a female, though, would we ever care that he was crying all the time?
Yes.
Or making it really? Like, really, would we, though? Because do people constantly say, like, oh, my God, Ashley's drunk and crying again? Like, do they dog her for that all the time?
Yeah.
Do they? Like, Amber?
Cara got dogged for it a lot, too. She was a big, heavy crier.
How about this? Amber B has been complaining about 75% of the episodes that she's been on the challenge so far. She has been caught complaining about stuff.
Those are legit.
She has been under attack.
I'm just saying, though, she complains more than any other new person we've had in the past 3 or 4 seasons. She's under attack. I'm not saying that she's wrong for doing it, but I mean, we kind of let her go with all of her complaining and whining, because
Nadine calls it, Emy is driving me nuts for the same reason, because she won't stop whining. Like, she's queen of cringe. Like, every single time she's on the screen or speaks, she like makes me go like that. Like, she's whining the entire way, and I want her just to go home.
Well, speaking of Amber, let's go ahead and jump into that, because that was a big part of the A Block drama, which was actually very underwhelming. Amber is super pissed that she got crossed by her Big Brother alliance. She's crying about, never feeling like she was really a part of it. Being a part of it and being at the bottom. She's crying into Josh's arms in the rain, which MTV was sure to point out. And the main thing is she feels very, very betrayed, but Fessy feels very justified in his actions. He feels like Josh was wrong for blowing up the way that he did. What is your guys' take? Do you believe that Amber should feel betrayed? Do you think Fessy is vindicated and didn't do anything wrong, or just some form of more than one thing can be true? What do you guys think?
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, wait. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame Christ. On me. Sorry, I just don't like go back to people that do me dirty and be like, I'm going to be friends with you because you might do me dirty again. Like Amber. So that's why I don't know that phrase and that catchphrase. But that's essentially what this was. They did her dirty last season, and she's playing naive because all the vets are supposed to work together, which is fine. But like, don't make them your number 1, 2, and 3 when they did you dirty last season. This is more of a shame on Amber for falling into a trap of comfortability.
Well, for Amber, it's more, I think Josh really pushed her into this. Amber at the very beginning is like, I don't trust them. I don't feel like they have my back. She was very much on the point where she was not going for it. But Josh got in her ear, was like, no, they're good. They don't care. Water under the bridge, blah, 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 all that shit. So he convinced her to trust them again. So technically it's not on her, it's on him. Now, Josh's reaction, I think, was a little bit extra, a little bit blown out of proportion. I kind of think that maybe he could have toned it down a bit, but I know that it's his character to be way overboard. Like, if it's supposed to be at a 10, he's at a 25. So that's just his personality. But I think that Amber's justified. I feel like Josh is overplaying his hand and needs to tone it down just a bit.
Okay. I think it's definitely more than one thing could be true. I think Amber 100% has the right to feel betrayed. She was. And part of it is Josh's fault. Josh was just like, yo, come back into Big Brother. Everything's going to be cool. I'm going to square everything away. Everything's going to be fine. And she let her guard down. And that was her mistake. She should have known better. She thought that she had the protection of being in the alliance with Big Brother, and she thought that she had the protection of the Vets Alliance. So she's being betrayed on two fronts. She has every right to be throwing a complete fit over the way she has been treated, and coming back coming back on her second year after being a champion. She probably was expecting a little bit more respect to be thrown on her name. Fessy, on the other hand, is not vindicated at all. Not only are you voting in another vet, which everybody in the house agreed not to do, you're voting against somebody in your alliance. This just screams how untrustworthy Fessy is, or not standing by it. I mean, there's no good possible reason for throwing in Amber besides you're still fucking butthurt and thinking she's going to come after you with what fucking army? It was a dumb move. It was a dumb move, and it should have never even gotten that far. All reality, never thought I'd be saying this again, should have fucking listened to Josh. Oh, God, what have we become? Look at us bigging up Josh. You go, Josh. You still got me blocked on Twitter.
Well, it's still early. You never know. This could change very quickly over the next couple of weeks. But we're giving him the benefit of the doubt. You never know. Maybe Josh has changed. Maybe he's a different man.
I just think the edit's different. That's all it is. It's just the edit's different. They wanted to get us to get somebody that we hate and everything, and a common enemy for some of our favorite veterans. And it was an easy target. And now they don't need to do that anymore. And it's like we see these character changes all the time with our challenge, favorites. And, CT
you got to evolve.
A person that people didn't like because he always outbreaks and everything. So maybe this is our turning point. We're going to look back in 3 seasons and be like, Josh is finally on Team Good Guy.
I can definitely see that coming. Before we move into the daily, anything else from the A Block drama you guys want to get into? Of course, there was Logan and Big T. I think we all love that. There was, my favorite was Tori and Emmanuel. She was giving off creeper vibes. I was just like, all right, look at you all over Jordan 2.0, like 3 episodes removed from Kel's being bounced.
The Wish version of Jordan.
Yeah, exactly. And we got, Nani, Hughie solidifying their teammanship. I'm pretty sure that's not a word, but whatever. You guys ready to move on to the daily? What is the word?
I just gotta say, Michelle left. As soon as Michelle left, Tori was like, I got you.
Nadine said Michelle's bed wasn't even cold. Yo, these are facts. Man, I really thought
started talking as you typed that in.
Yeah, I really thought old girl wasn't really looking for distractions, but I guess it is what it is.
Apparently, she's doing the Dennis Rodman, where you don't just get 1 rebound, you get 20 rebounds.
Yeah, that's fucked up. How you gonna play Dennis Rodman like that?
Wait, I'm confused. Because wasn't Fessy her rebound?
Yeah, but apparently she wasn't good for 1 rebound. And if you didn't know, Dennis Rodman has like 150 20-plus rebound games. That's where the reference comes in. He's the best rebounder the game's ever seen.
God, you ever see the guy who didn't want to score as much as he did? The energy he brought night in and night out. He's the fucking 90s, man.
No, he was all about getting that ball to the other side.
I'm excited for that 48 hours in Vegas. That's what I'm excited for.
I'm super excited for that. That's a 30 for 30 coming up, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Or is it going to be a movie? They're making a documentary or a movie about what Dennis Rodman did when he bounced for 48 hours in the middle of the Bulls championship season.
He just dipped and went to Vegas for 2 straight days.
And when Michael Jordan had to go get him?
Yeah, and did he appear in like the WCW, or it was like an award show or something? It was super crazy.
He did something, but yeah, that's what Tori's doing. She's playing the Dennis Rodman right now, you know?
All right, moving on to this daily. Yeah, exploring. Let's go ahead and move into this daily. Today's daily is going to be called Minefield. And these are the kind of dailies that make me excited, because these kind of dailies kind of showcase what we might see in a final. In all reality, I really think that each season should have a mini final, which could be a purge halfway through the season, or even 2 of them wouldn't be bad on episode 5 and the episode 10 mark, or something like the episode 6 and the episode 12 mark. Those would be great for mini finals and purges to get to see what everybody can offer, because I'm sure a lot of rookies, you know, their stock will really rise or really drop if we got to see it. So I was really excited for this daily. You know, it's physical, it's a puzzle, it's math, so a lot of great things about it. I absolutely hated the way that it was edited. It looked like a montage. It looked like, you know, it looked like something ESPN would show at the end. I really thought they should have broke it down a little bit better. I think it should have been a little bit more side by side. I thought it should have been presented more as a broadcast over, you know, just this montage. So that was really my only criticism when it comes to this daily. What was your guys' takeaway?
Everybody sucks at math, apparently. I agree with you, and I think I said that earlier about the way it was filmed. I didn't like it, or edited, more to the point, not necessarily filmed, but edited. And honestly, with how much, like, it's as bad as when people don't know how to swim. Like, there's usually swimming and there's usually math. So,
but you can justify, like, I'm afraid of water, I almost drowned. You can't be like, sure, I once got a math problem when I was 3 and it scared me. Like, you can't justify it like that.
Listen, I hate math. It doesn't compute right. I need calculators. I have never been good at it. And that's just my greatest fear. It's one of the reasons why I could never be on one of these shows, because I would blank. I would fail every time. Now, I think that these people really need to go home and work on their math skills. And hopefully this will change in the future. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think that math skills at the end of the day do need to be as important as everything else, because apparently the challenge loves watching people struggle through the math sections.
Absolutely. One of the other big moments that took place during this daily is we see Aneesa got hurt. She was climbing the wall and then fell down or jumped off, and her shoulder went kaput. I put earlier that no challenger in her whole career has gotten more pity than Aneesa. And it's really sad to see her go out this way, because the way that the vets are running shit, she had a real shot at making a final. Winning one, listen, I love Aneesa, but I really do not see her winning any, unless it's a big team thing of a team of at least 6. And even then, I mean, what, you really don't have at least 6 people you wouldn't want on your final team over Aneesa? Unless this is something like one of those old school Cutthroats or Infernos where it's huge teams. I don't really see her winning, but I really thought she could have gone far. I really thought this was going to be one of those seasons where she gets knocked out in elimination right before the final. But it looks like she won't be able to come back. It's really bad for Logan, who's not going to have a partner, and her season is done. Yeah. We'll get to that.
but not even getting that. Like, at the moment of her leaving, I think that's a great thing for him. Here's my thing. It finally came back, because, like, what have people been saying? Like, man, Aneesa's got to get in better shape. She's got to be ready for these things. She's got to be, like, able to do all these things that she used to be able to do, and she's not taking this serious. And then people are like, well, look, she wins dailies without it. She does fine without it. It caught up with her. And what's crazy is you see this with, like, professional athletes all the time, where they kind of play and you're like, maybe they should hang it up. And then all of a sudden they just start breaking down towards the end of their career. And that's how they kind of finish. Like, it's almost better to try and go out healthy than to try and give it one more sometimes.
Yeah. And this isn't the first injury we've seen from her. She has bounced on several seasons because of injuries. I mean, there's been several, even the spinoffs, she had to bounce from injuries.
Well, she ran into CT. The knee thing, or ankle, whatever that was, that's all about just getting hit by CT. But like on Dirty 30, she like rolled her ankle walking off a challenge. Like,
yeah.
I don't know how serious that rolled ankle was on Dirty 30.
Well, here's the thing. When we talk about people being in shape, you don't have to like be a bodybuilder or be like able to run like 10 miles at a time, but like go do yoga, like be flexible, make sure your joints are like in position, like stretch, like take care of your body in some way where you can overcompensate for not being like a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? Or like being a good swimmer, like you can still do things and not lift weights to like make sure these injuries don't happen.
Aneesa right now, in my opinion, is not built for a regular challenge. She's built for an All-Stars challenge.
A team challenge.
An All-Stars version of the challenge, because they're a little bit easier. They're not as overtly physical as the regular challenge is. I think she should probably stick to All-Stars.
I don't know if a lot of challenge fans will like hearing that, because they all want all their favorite OGs to come back, but the All-Stars is the easy way out. I'm like, they can't hang with the new cats and everything.
I want to say it's an easy. I mean, the competition wasn't the most toughest this time around, but I think it's just going to get better. I mean, they're still giving out $500,000. I would still count this very much as just as good as a regular challenge win. I mean, wouldn't you?
I do. I think that it does count. I think that it's a little bit easier.
I count champs versus pros and champs versus stars. Like
I do too.
The exact same thing.
They had the best in the world, CM Punk.
Yeah, playing against celebrities is the same thing as playing against rookies. It's the exact same thing.
Absolutely. Well, when it comes to the daily, CT and Burner gets the W. We see Josh schooling Logan. Now, Logan wants to go in because word is going around that if Aneesa isn't able to come back, there probably won't be a female elimination. He's going to go in. He looks at this as a prime opportunity to go in. This also plays out during club night with Devin pretty much like, yo, you want to go in? Go in, because anytime somebody says they want to go in, as long as it's not your name being called, you're going to be in a good position. So
Josh over in the corner like, I told you not to do this.
Yes. For me personally, and listen, we really got to do a video on breaking down people who voted themselves to go in, not including the gold skull twist. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is, but the fact that he wants to go in, choose his own partner, take control of his own destiny, I fucking loved it. This is one of the best things about the challenge. Hey, I know it's risky. I'm going to bet on myself, and I want to go in to pick my partner. How did you guys take with two-fronter? How do you guys feel about Logan wanting to take control of his own destiny? And Josh really stepping up his mentor game, putting Logan kind of under him, and as a rookie, and as a stronger rookie, which I think is a great move. And Logan just saying, you know what, I'm going to put my balls on the table. I'm going to go out and get mine and take control of my destiny.
Logan made a good choice, in my opinion, because it's easier, in my opinion, to win some of these challenges as an individual than being stuck with a partner. So it does make life a little bit more competitive. It makes the game more competitive. So you're not like, if he had taken, like, if Emy was his partner, like, she's strong, but could she necessarily handle everything? You don't know. It becomes a point where you're like, I'd rather do it by myself. I'm good. And then, like you said, he gets to pick his own partner. So I can understand the logic behind it. I think it's smart. It is a roll of the dice. You could end up with the bad side, but it's better to at least put yourself in that position. And Josh is just trying to gather allies. Right now, he burned a lot of bridges with his, former alliance members. So he needs numbers, because he knows that if he's got bad taste in his mouth and these two Casey and Fessy are very likely to win dailies. And if they threw an Ember, very, very likely they will throw him.
All right. And Tyler?
So 2 things. Let's comment on Josh first. So I've been noticing, this is mainly more this season, but Josh, I feel like, I don't know if I can confirm this, he's kind of studied the game in the offseason. And he's taking note from a veteran, not as good as they are, but he's playing a very similar game. And that veteran is Evelyn. He's playing almost identical to like her play style of make sure those that want to work with you, you're very loyal to them, bring them in, make them feel comfortable. But as soon as you feel a little bit of vulnerability, go get those that are on the bottom and start working with them. We've seen Evelyn do this before. She did it almost very well on Fresh Meat too, until the whole thing imploded. But that's what he's playing right now. And I think it's fantastic to see. I think he's actually becoming a student of the game, and I think he's taking it serious, and it shows. Now with Logan, if he doesn't nominate himself to go in, more than likely he'll get whoever's left over as a partner, which will probably be a rookie. Then he'll be in next week in a rookie team, probably getting sent in anyways. So you know what? If you're going to get sent in next week or sent in this week, you might as well try and get yourself a better partner, because as of this episode, there was only one rookie team, I believe, which is Emy Gabo. So more than likely, you're probably going to end up with another rookie. So get yourself on a team with a vet or get out of there.
Very true. Very true. Oh man, it's really great. I don't get me wrong. I always have the people I like, always have the people I dislike, the people I root for, and whatnot. I can't always be an unobjective challenge fan. Even while podcasting, the people I like always shines through. But I am always willing to change my mind when presented with new information. Josh, for one, has been less annoying. He has been better to watch. I like this I've been here for a while mentor role that he's taken. I think this, I said this before, this is going to end up being Josh's best season. I think we're going to see him in the final. But that really depends on how this whole Big Brother Alliance thing goes. And we see him and Casey get into it in the kitchen, where they kind of just agree, they wish each other the best of luck and agree to separate. I actually thought in that argument, Josh made very good points. He said, you guys always try to discredit what I'm saying. I don't feel like I'm being heard. You guys say I'm being immature. And even though he did blow up on Fessy, I think he really blew up because, one, his feelings was hurt, probably felt like he was being lied to. And he loves the Big Brother Alliance. I think he felt like the Big Brother Alliance was, being, attacked and is being dismantled against all of the work that he puts in. So, under the assumption that Josh will make a final with the way he's playing, can he do it without the Big Brother Alliance? Does he need the Big Brother Alliance to be great in this?
He needs other people. He needs to replace the Big Brother Alliance with strong other players, whether it be rookies or with vets. I think that that's something that really needs to be kind of his focus, is getting allies. Now, when it comes down to the whole situation, he was third, Amber B was fourth. It's always going to be Casey and Fessy at the top of that mountain. So if they're going to have to sacrifice somebody, it's always the last person in that grouping. And it was always going to be Josh. So I think it's about time that he steps away from it, because at the end of the day, he is not looked at as a strong player, even by his own alliance. That's kind of what's funny. And the things that everybody else was saying about him, he's too emotional. He's always this and he's always that. He's being so extra, is the things that they defended him against when other people were attacking him, and now they're using it against him. So
I personally think
how
Josh
the tables
would
have turned.
Really good in a final. He's a great partner, super like motivational. He pushes people in the right way. He's pretty good at everything. He's not great at a single thing, but he's competent at a lot of things. Like, I think he could perform very well in a final. Like, I really think he could. I don't think he'd flop in anything, and I don't think he'd be like the fastest at anything, but I think he would do a good job. And here's the thing, talking about him making, if he's not with Big Brother, every final we've ever had, when it's not teams, when it's not like big teams, like anything with pairs or singles, we've seen a minority member enter in. There's not just like the majority alliance dominates a final. There's always somebody that sneaks in every season. Like last year, somehow CT snuck in, like every year. Just funny.
Slides under the radar.
Somebody posted on one of the Facebook groups, and it was like CT 8 episodes in, and it just shows like it's like Shaquille O'Neal behind a tree. Like you can see he's there. And then just like the next picture is like poking his head kind of around the tree. It's like we know you're there, but he just like kind of waits. Like
yeah, CT has been mastering this laid back. Don't come for me. I'm not rocking the boat. I mean, we hardly even seen him. I mean, the channel tossed him some bone when they're like, hey, why don't you describe today's daily? We'll see if you use it, or make a joke about, Burner and the circus. And that's it. He is not rocking the boat. He is not making waves. He's not doing, he's married, so he's not hooking up and stuff. It's crazy just seeing this elder statesman role has been fitting him like a glove, and he's going to ride it until the wheels fall off. And soon he's going to be the next Johnny Bananas, where everybody is going to start talking about, hey, as soon as we get in there, we need to get him out. We need to get him out. Huh?
They tried it last season.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
I'll be honest. The thing is CT has a better, I think, overall better track record when it comes to eliminations, and people don't want to see him down there. They're scared that they'll end up going against him.
It depends on who you talk to, because people will be like, CT has 5 elimination losses. But like, if you go and look at some of those, like 2 of those are like DQs, one's Adam. Like, get out of here. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's on his own, he'll kill you.
People need to stop being shook. People are so scared that everything is going to be a hall brawl. But Fessy is able to skate by so much because nobody wants to go against him in elimination. But there's going to be a lot of eliminations that he's going to be bad for. Of course, eliminations all involve physical stuff, but you never know when it's going to be, a straight up puzzle or just something completely random that might be bad for a bigger guy. I think people really need to stop being shook and start throwing in the people you need to get out. Like, Fessy isn't going to get thrown in because nobody wants him coming after him. Fessy's best thing isn't that he's good at eliminations, it's that he wins a lot of dailies. That's the best thing about him.
I'm waiting for somebody to get like voted in as a house vote, and then when they get down there and they see what it is, be like, hey, give me Fessy, I'll take him out for you. Like, I'm just waiting for it. Like, somebody's gonna have to step up eventually.
That is a strategy that's completely underutilized. But let's go ahead and move on to nominations. Something that should have been pretty easy going, considering the fact that Logan's already talking about he wants to go in. And of course, we have the rookie team.
Oh my God, Hugo.
Hughie.
Hugo.
So
same difference.
It really shouldn't have been a big thing. I did miss one part of it, and I need you guys to fill me in. I came back, and it was some point where Amber was like spazzing out on Fessy. She was like, what do you mean talk about a clean game?
So they were talking, CT was talking about, he's like, all right, apparently Logan wants to go in. We're going to vote in Gabo. Let's just keep it clean, guys. Like, that way we don't have to say a girl's name. If you guys vote in Logan, it'll just be a guy's name. We can keep everybody safe. And then Fessy's like, everybody CT's not going to blow up his own game right now. Everybody right here is playing a pretty clean game. And then Amber's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Clean game? And he was like, are we really going to talk about this right now? And she's like, no, we'll talk about it later. Like,
and did they ever talk about it?
They didn't show it again, but they will. I'm sure they did, but it probably wasn't as entertaining.
Yes.
I was going to say, she did blow him up right there. She was like, clean?
She kind of did like one of those like a little laugh. And then everybody turned and looked at her.
I can't believe you even just said that shit.
The shock on her face, like, are you high? Like, did you not remember what you did last week? So I thought it was comical. I loved it.
One thing I did love is I loved seeing Gabo do a lot of talking. Gabo is this big dumb idiot, and he seemed perfect for Warsaw Shore or whatever it is. He would be perfect, big dumb meatball. But
I don't want to be just popcorn muscles.
But you know what? But he does seem pretty likable. So I did like him. I did like the fact that we got to see a lot from him today. But
he's a much more likable Vinny. Not Uncle Vinny, but like Vinny with Sarah.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
He's a much more likable Vinny, is what I'm seeing.
I took a shit this morning that was more likable than Vinny. I mean, that guy's fucking scum of the earth. Oh, God. You know, that whole incident shows what a good guy Wes was. Because Wes was just like, Wes was so mad about that. And he stood up for Mandy the way probably
That's what
a
his
lot
girlfriend
of people
wasn't. Weren't they dating?
No, they were exes.
They were exes at the time. Yeah, because it was Battle of the Exes.
Battle of the Exes won, yep.
Yep. Yeah, really, real foul thing. I really like the way TJ handled that. TJ came in like, we don't do that here. You're gone. And just no sympathy. And the way that everybody felt for Sarah, you know, those kind of emotions, and granted, we shouldn't be able to get those kind of emotions from actions like what Vinny did. But those kind of emotions and those kind of incidents are the things that really made the challenge what it was. And the outpouring of support for Sarah after that, you know, it was really, really heartfelt. So,
I mean, Sarah got screwed multiple seasons by her partners just quitting on her.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler. Do you feel otherwise?
I don't know. Like, maybe you could have controlled your partner better. Maybe don't just hook up with people that you think you'd partner up with. Like, fight with better people. Like she hooked up with Vinny.
Yo,
she hooked up
Tyler's
with
over
Vinny,
here
who
like,
wasn't a good. I'm just saying.
Tyler's over here like
Tricell.
Yo, Tyler's fucked up. He's over here like, you know what you could have done? You could fuck better people. It's that fucking scum.
Well, not just
I
that,
mean,
but like,
she messed with Jordan. I mean, she hooked up with Jordan.
Yeah, she learned
How
from her
did that
lesson.
turn out?
She slept with a better person, and she
Oh,
won.
we are not getting into this at all. At all.
Fuck it up, man.
Strategical politicking is what that was.
Strategical? Is that a word?
Strategical.
Strategic.
I don't know, I'm probably saying it wrong. It's very strategic.
Strategically, I think is what you mean to say.
I'm making an executive decision, and we're stopping that talk.
Pause.
Let's go ahead.
This is another discussion for another day.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just.
Yeah, I know. That would be a good breakdown though to see how politicking. Who had the most successful politicking in challenge history?
Except for somebody's gonna listen to this and comment down below that I'm sexist or some shit.
No.
It always
guys
happens.
politic too.
No, we know you're team good guy, but moving on. We have this whole this whole nomination, and Hughie decides to speak. I like Hughie. Okay.
I do too.
Okay, real quick. And I'm just gonna say pause beforehand. And I only mention this because my wonderful, beautiful kids are sitting there watching the challenge with me. And they're just like, and they would talk about Hughie's butt. And they say, yeah, he got his butt done. Is it? And I'm just sitting there like, well, I never even noticed because I never looked. Did you guys notice that Hughie has a big backside?
I don't pay attention. I don't know.
Yeah, any of you guys out there
I didn't notice.
I more look at the legs and the arms before I look at the booty.
And by the time we got there, we didn't get a good shot since. So anybody out there knows about Hughie's ass, we would love to hear about it. Nadine said they talked about it. Did they?
Where?
What did they say? I must know. But
we're intrigued.
Yeah. Anyway, Hughie pipes up and he makes this huge fucking scene. And everybody at this point is suffering from secondhand embarrassment. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, yo, Hughie, chill. Do you want to go in? Making a huge scene right before a nomination or during a nomination is a good way to get yourself thrown in. I'm pretty sure there was a significant percentage of people who probably did vote Hughie in just off of making an ass from himself. What did you guys make of Hughie's fucking temper tantrum that he threw during nomination?
One thing I gotta ask, who's more dramatic, Ashley or Hughie during these elimination discussions?
This season is Hughie.
No, I mean, if you look at him, like when he started freaking out, I had visions of Ashley from, what was it? It was like World of Worlds, or was it Total Madness, where she's like freaking out and stomping on tables and just, it was Total Madness, because wasn't she going after Bananas at the time or somebody? She was fighting with somebody.
It was several seasons where she freaks out. I mean, Hurricane Ashley is definitely a name.
Don't vote Ashley into elimination.
That's all, but that's all it is, though. She's not really like more dramatic throughout the season. It's just like when she's a known target and people are saying her name, that's when she loses her shit.
Calling her a snake and everything. That's what it was.
Yep,
but
I saw.
I mean, Hughie way overblew it because he's like, you're making it seem like I'm a bad person for taking your partner. You never, like, I don't know if he's really trying to play a super clean game, thinking that, you know, these people should approach him and say, hey, don't steal my partner. Or if he just doesn't understand how that works. Maybe I'm just confused.
He's just a rookie. That's all this is, honestly. He's just fresh. He's new. He thinks the game is still like, we all live together. We're all roommates. That means we're all friends. You know, we hang out and do rock climbing and puzzle challenges together, guys. We go on Groupons to these challenges. Like, that's what he thinks going on. Like,
you're gonna win and share the prize with me.
Like, I think he's very naive about it, and I think he's not expecting the cutthroat. I think he's probably a really nice person in person. I just think naturally he is, and so he's not used to this cutthroatness. That's all. But I mean, he'll get there. He'll get there. They all get whittled down and grinded out.
Eventually, he'll get angry too. I think honestly. Having Hughie back would actually be very interesting.
Absolutely. Anybody who's going to be successful at this game is kind of going to have to go through that process. But let's go ahead and move on to elimination. It looks like Logan and Aneesa has been voted in. Logan comes down, and TJ and TJ just like, well, you ladies aren't off the hook. And then we go to a commercial, and then he comes back. He was like, always expect the unexpected. Nani said it best. Why does he do this?
Why does he do shit?
Yeah, exactly. Now listen, I understand he does it every once in a while, and that's cool. But we gotta have 4 or 5 episodes in between. You can't do the shit every 2 episodes. It gets old and it gets tiresome. And now what it is, something that I would never regularly use to describe TJ, it seems cheap. It seems cheap and overdone. You gotta stop doing this like, oh, it's gonna be a big twist, da-da-da-da. It's one of the things that keep Johnny Bananas way, all this twist shit. So I love TJ to death, but he could go for a little bit of shutting the fuck up there.
Mr. TJ, you need to calm down. Don't do that, Mr. TJ.
So this is going to be an easy vote for the agency. Logan is going down. Throwing in the rookie team is the easiest thing for CT and Burner to do. So it's going to be.
He wanted to go down. He wanted to go down. So there's no bad blood if he comes back.
Exactly, because Gabo wanted to switch partners. Logan wanted to go in. This is very easy for the guys. So it's going to be Logan versus Gabo. And God, you know, I love the challenge, but we haven't seen any heavy hitters into eliminations yet. And I think this is one of the reasons of why there's been a couple of complaints about how this season is going. We haven't seen Josh's down there. We haven't seen Ashley's down there, or CT's and Fessy's. I think what this is doing is, instead of stretching the stuff out all season, when the vets start to turn on each other, it is going to be fucking atomic. It is going to be so fucking bad. I mean, all reality for the vets. Friends. I have to give all of my hats off for the vets. The reason why I give my hats off to the vets is for a vets taking out rookie season, which is a very common fucking thing. But the vets taking out the rookies, this is some of the most effective I've ever seen them be.
Everybody wanted an old school game. They want old school to come back. That's what this is.
The twist really helps them, though.
Yes, we've seen this for years. Helping them. It has hardly ever been this effective. They are systematically, I mean, outside of fucking Fessy fucking the shit up and voting in a vet, I mean, this is systematically take out rookie after rookie after rookie. Here goes even what's worse. They know they're doing it, and they're powerless to stop. And the funny thing about it is they outnumbered them in the beginning. It wasn't even hard. We know the vets are going to take us out. We have the numbers right now. We need to make sure that every time a rookie is voted in, we're taking a vet in with us. All we got to do is keep our votes the same. It was that simple, and it would have been even. I believe it was War of the Worlds 2, which actually was one of the best rookie defenses that I've seen in seasons, of the rookies ebbing that flow of just getting slaughtered. And this is what pisses me off about some of the new people. Have you not watched any of these seasons? War of the Worlds 2 showed you how to effectively go against it. and they fuck it all up. They're just out here getting fucking slaughtered. So they deserve it. Back to the elimination. I didn't love it. It was simple. And I know I'm the main one who say simple eliminations are usually the best. But climb up a rope, get the answer key, come back down, and figure out a puzzle. For an elimination, I thought it was a little bit too simplistic. Too simplistic. Should have given him a bat. After you're done with your puzzle, you got to beat him with a bat. That would have been interesting.
The difficulty rating on this is probably high, but visually for fans, it's not enough. That's the key. Because, like, I'm sure, like, we saw Logan. Logan was like, this is nothing. And then at the end, Logan's like, holy shit, I can't even put myself anymore. I'm struggling. Because I'm telling you right now, if we did that with, like, Devin or Josh, I don't think they would have Devin would have had to figure it all out on one turn, I feel.
I honestly don't think Fessy would have done well in this either.
I don't know. So here's one thing though that I do think that they need to do before I talk about this elimination. I feel like they need to make the first elimination of every season a headbanger. Right away, set the tone for the season. Get out of the way. You want to go into a hall brawl? You better go into the first elimination. You want to go into balls in? Better go in the first elimination. Otherwise, you ain't going to get that elimination. Because
it's been very anticlimactic.
We get to see new blood on it. And this elimination, realistically, it went how it was supposed to. Well, not, I mean, kind of almost not. It was a little climatic or dramatic at the end, but it was really anticlimactic. Like, we knew who was going to win this in the end, which sucks.
It does suck. And I like the way you think about, hey, put a headbang at the beginning. I mean, the first episode, Hall Brawl, really get the juices flowing. But also, I'm not really totally against what they did in Free Agents. Puzzle, physical, one with running, there's 4 eliminations this season.
There was endurance because of the, pull the tug of war thing with your back.
Oh, yeah, a looper or a variation of. But you got 4 fantastic eliminations and cycle through them. That will add a whole nother level of the game. Hey, there's 4 eliminations. We know when they're coming up. And now you can start putting people in. I mean, think about it. For people like Fessy and CT, now you can time who you want to put them, hey, we got to get power at a certain time to put them in against a certain elimination. And here's the great thing is, you don't have to do it every season. You could do it every couple of seasons. You could do it once every 3 seasons. I really think Bunham and Murray and MTV really need to go in and start taking the best parts of what made this show great and what worked and start putting them together. And you don't have to do the same thing every season. You can change it up. But little things like that add complexity and layers to this game that will make it better. I like Gabo. I like Logan. This elimination was boring as fuck.
I think what you're hoping for, the headbangers, it's hard to do with pairs. Like, especially guy-girl pairs. You have to separate them. This seems like they want, you can't have a hall brawl with a guy-girl pair.
They have before.
But that was guys where they hopped over each other and girls. It was, but either way, that's stupid. It was dumb because you have to jump over people. It just didn't make any sense. It was a terrible hall brawl. I was like, this is stupid. But anyway, if you want headbangers, you need to let them do things individually. So the guys hall brawl versus the girls hall brawl, and they want them to be together and stuck and locked in, especially with the 2 people that are voted in randomly.
But they could still do that with them switching teams. Each winner comes back. They could do that.
Yes,
but they don't allow them to be separate. That's a problem.
I wish Antonio was here so I could say everything can't be hall brawl, and everything doesn't need to be.
Balls in. I would just
exactly.
I like balls in.
So check this out. If I remember correctly, I don't think Free Agents had a hall brawl.
No. It was like chicken fence, and it was a circle, and you matched.
It was called Oppenheimer. And you had to run around, and it was. And check this out. That works too. Or the one with the one from the Duel, I think it was either the Duel or Inferno, where it was like an L-shaped hall brawl. We had to go around the corner.
That was Inferno 3, Derek versus Davis.
God, I love your memory.
Last elimination, Derek sneaks into the final.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, good. I love it. And there's also the one when it was Bear versus Joss, where it was like a maze, of, you know, any one of those things, you know, are great. Everything doesn't have to be whole, but there's so many great ideas to pull from. And what do we got? Pull yourself up a rope and get the answer key? Fucking weak sauce. What are they trying to prove here? Like, our reality, the challenge does not need to create any more eliminations. We have enough. We have enough. You could pull the best 12 and you could even leave Holbrook off of it. These kind of eliminations, even though I do believe it was tough, I do believe it gives the other challengers a good way, to view what other people bring, but it's not that great visually. And if it's not great visually, I hate to say it, we may not need it. Or maybe you just got to tweak it some. This seemed lazy on production's behalf.
And they can't even edit it to make it more exciting. There's like no way to make it exciting at all.
And they did edit it to make it exciting at the end. Probably wasn't nearly as close as we thought.
The fact that Logan literally flopped down like he was like a dead body to go from the top of the rope.
I believe that. I mean, pulling yourself up, hands only, on a rope, I mean, doing that shit with your legs is hard enough as it is. You think I'm climbing that rope? Listen, I'm climbing that rope for 15 minutes. I'm like, TJ, listen, we don't need to waste everybody's time.
Do you think I'm going to be able to climb up that rope? I would get like 2 inches off the ground and be like, okay, I'm done.
I just thought of a really cool idea that I feel like MTV like really messed on is the people that win the last season get to pick next season's eliminations. And then you can do like a little 20-minute special of like, next season, they're going to go with these 4 eliminations. And like production can throw in one that they want. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool if like.
But they don't want people to be able to prepare for eliminations.
But you still can't prepare.
But why not? Why not?
But they won.
If it's a sport, why not? I like that idea because it reminds me of when the NBA, you know, when they have the the All-Star game, whoever wins the All-Star game gets home court advantage in the finals. So it's very similar. There is precedence. Wouldn't be the worst idea.
Baseball does that.
I think the NBA did it before too.
Maybe
they may not be doing it now.
Like the NFL, the Super Bowl champions get to like have the opening game on their home turf, get their rings in front of their fans, which like drains the other team that comes into town. Like things like but I'm saying like I don't know. It's a nothing idea. It means nothing, but that's something that you should, because then literally in the special you'd be like, all right, CT, what eliminations did you pick for this season? What Amber? What are you thinking? And then TJ comes in and goes, well, we got one elimination nobody's ready for. And it just, I don't know. It's a little fun. I don't know.
Bunna Murray, give this man a job. All right. So after the elimination,
I'd replace every intern they have in one go.
Well, Gabo takes the L. Logan takes the W. Logan decides to pick Nany. I can't tell you how much it boggles my mind that Nany and Devin are just at the top of everybody's list. But I understand why. Nany a little bit more because she's friends with a lot of people, great social game. People aren't really going to go after her until we get a lot later into the game. She makes more sense than Devin. Devin seems good, but Devin doesn't really have a huge army. I mean, he's kind of integrated into the Big Brother Alliance. He does have some friends, but I wouldn't put, the fact that he got picked 2-3 times over CT is fucking mind-boggling.
2 questions. Two questions before you dive away from this. One, both of you. Is the move from Aneesa to Nany up, down, or is it like a parallel?
Up, stop.
Up.
I
just want to see if okay, now he doesn't pick Nany. Who do you think he should have picked? What would have been the best option? Yeah, if not Nany, who's the best option?
Ashley.
The best.
Ashley is a dual winner, and if you can get on her timetable, she'll take you to a final.
True. I was going to say either Ashley or Tori.
I think Tori's overrated.
I think
Tori hasn't won any dailies yet.
When I look at the caliber of girls that they have right now, there's not a whole lot of like top tier females.
And you know what? I know we haven't seen Cara in a couple of seasons. I know she's happy doing her thing. But really, Cara will come in there and wipe the fucking floor with the lot.
All of them.
Wipe the fucking floor. Oh, man. I mean, I hate to think that it's because of Paulie she's not coming back, but she's on a season like this, she would fucking... But the thing about it is, a lot of other females too. Amanda should have been a heavy hitter this season. I don't know what she's doing, but people like Jenna will come in here and run shit. Cara will come in here and run shit. Kayla will come in here and start ripping shit. Even a Marie would start with the female talent that we have. Because
Marie
when it comes down to it...
underrated.
I'm surprised you didn't say Cam. I feel like Cam would have ate this season alive.
Oh, she would have.
She would have. It would have been so bad.
Yeah.
Cam would win this season.
She'd be like...
I was still going through the list. This would have been a great season for Cam. Oh, reality too? This would have been a great season for Leroy also.
Yes.
This would have been a better season to end on for him, yeah.
Yeah. This would have been good for him because he would have had a real shot. All he would have to do is get in good with Big Brother.
I mean...
he already has a semi-decent relationship with them.
I hate to say this. Leroy never really has a real shot at winning this show. I don't think he's built to win a final.
No, bullshit. He came in second before.
Because there was only 2 teams competing. Because Jenna and Jay got kicked out.
Still came in second. He has a real shot.
Well, Jenna and Jay didn't get kicked out. They didn't complete their...
The bad thing about it is...
DQ'd.
The bad thing about it is it would probably depend really hard on who his partner was. And if, you know what? If Leroy came in here and partnered with Tori off top.
But here's the problem. If they're swimming, he's already fallen off. If there's
he's
math,
gotten better at swimming.
He has.
He's gotten
much better.
He's gotten better, but so has my 8-year-old daughter. She's gotten better at swimming. But doesn't mean she's a good swimmer yet.
Well, he's strong. A lot stronger than he was before.
Tyler just trying to make everybody sad before we get out of here.
No, stop. He is. But I'm just saying he's still not top. Like, there's a reason why, like, Jordan enters the final. Jordan could win it every time. He's a great runner, great swimmer, great physical. He can lift things up. He's smart and can do puzzles. Like, he can do everything. I don't know about eating. I've never seen him have to eat before, but that's why. But if you take out one of those
Jordan would eat as young.
Maybe. But if you take out one of those core 4, then I think your chances of getting first drop.
Yeah, God, I hate that guy. But once Jordan, like I said, Bananas, or CT, and I think those 3 have a very significant portion of like the last 10 fucking shows.
There was, I wish I had this. There's something with those 3. There hasn't been somebody that's won a show, or what is it? There's something... Like, those guys have won or been in a final for like 14 or 12 seasons in a row or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, outside of War of the Worlds 2, I think about it, it's all been Jordan, CT, Bananas.
Jordan and CT won War of the Worlds 2.
Yeah, but so did, like, Rogan.
No, but they're saying, like, those guys have won.
Outside
like
of
Rogan.
that,
or been in a final.
Yeah. But yeah, outside of that, those guys have won, they've been in all of these, so.
There was somebody else that was at. There was like 4 people that were at it. It
was
like
Hunter.
These 4, Hunter or Wes or something like that.
No, Hunter, Turbo, and Hunter, Turbo.
Bring my husband back.
And he's never coming back.
I know.
He's not entertaining enough, but let's move on.
Totally is entertaining.
He's really entertaining War of the Worlds too. So he's gonna fucking kill him.
So entertaining. And I love him.
We'll debate about this later.
This is how I know I'm a terrible person. I'd be like, I'm so okay if Turbo murders him. I'll be okay with that. But moving on, the last thing is Hughie and Emy are going to be the last team together. They're going to be the rookie team. All that bitching and moaning that Hughie did, he's definitely going to be in elimination next week. He's going to lose because he won't have Amber.
Now I hope it's not a hall brawl.
Oh God, that would.
I don't want to see Hughie in a hall brawl. I don't.
But
Hughie's
see tough.
That.
I mean, Hughie gets
punched in the face for a living.
I don't care. I don't want to see him get hurt. I like Hughie too much.
Aww.
I want to see Hughie lying in the sand crying in pain.
Nobody wants to see that.
I want to
see Hughie get so heated and turn into like Super Saiyan and destroy everything.
Hughie versus Nelson.
Because he can.
So here's the thing. I'm not going to say what. Because I don't know, this isn't spoilers. I'm not going to say anything, but there is a hall brawl this season because we see it in we saw in the opening promo
in the trailer
for the series. It's in the trailer. We also see there's going to be a female in the hall brawl because we see her screaming like before or after it to get pumped. I mean, there's a braid, so you can see it's a girl. Doesn't mean there's not guys, but so like we know those things. But if you really want to like dive deep, go look at the trailer and pause it as it happens. I'm sure you can figure it out. I try when I see those trailers, I like try and not look because otherwise I'll dissect it and be like, because like if I see somebody that I know is in a hall brawl and they've been in one of these first 5 eliminations, I go, well, they're gonna win because they haven't been in a hall brawl yet. Like my mind I can't help it.
Nah, I definitely feel you're not. Well, that's going to close out episode 5 of the challenge, season 37.
I give it a 6.
Give it a 6? Becky, what do you give this episode? 5? I'm with you, it's a 5. It was mid. We got some drama. None of it was really that great. We got some good action. That's only great to us because we appreciate that kind of shit. But for most people, we understand why you feel the way you do. Bunna Murray, MTV, get your shit together. CBS Viacom, stop coming after our videos. I'm gonna fuck one of y'all up. Stop playing with me. Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow Love War Challenges on Facebook at facebook.com/Love War Challenges. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and multiple other places like Reddit. What are we doing there? We're there at LWCpodcast.com. Make sure you get all of your Love War Challenges gear at shop.lwcpodcast.com. Make sure you get all of your customizable, custom flag, custom name, the Challenge 37 gear, and multiple other seasons. You can get that at shopthechallenge.com. Make sure you pick up your Gamer Special Edition Gamer Vev jersey, which the people are buying. It is a fucking redonkulous. But I'm glad you guys love it.
Gamer Vev is popular.
Gamer Vev, yo, that's my dude right there. It's a
he
dude,
hates
right?
me.
Is it a dude?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
He heard.
We have a business deal.
He heard.
I don't know what sex
they are very popular.
They are very
that's
popular.
right. We respect the pronouns.
Hey, gamer, unblock me.
Oh, yes. Make sure you visit.
Just
TikTok.
kidding. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Make sure you follow LWC Podcast on TikTok at Love War Challenges. We're getting quite popular over there. And please, please, please go out there and make sure you follow us on YouTube. Things are getting a lot better over there, except for CBS Viacom, always in our shit. Step the fuck off. Thanks. You know who you are. I didn't even tell you. You know what I got? I got something that could up convert some of the older stuff. So I can take some of the older seasons and up convert it to 4K. Only bad thing is, it means it would take me 2 months to do a fucking video because that shit takes so fucking long. It takes literally 28 hours to upload 1 hour footage.
Oh, shit.
But I think I have an idea of how to do it. I don't know yet. We'll see when we get up there and make a list. Make sure you follow us on Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for commenting. We'll see you guys next week. Once again, I am MTV Malik. He is Tyler Louder. She is Becky at Giftmaster Bex. This is Love War Challenges. Good night.